Alexus Love Beauties and Flawless Man. That's right, it's Maintenance Love. Today, we are going to be fixing some cabinets around the house. So I got this glue from Walmart for about $5. They did have a different one that like the part that I just cut, the other one, it was different, and I just found that this one would be so much easier. So get your scissors, cut the tip off, and make sure that the glue is coming out properly. I'm going to show you the areas we're working with. The directions say to make sure that your area is dry, and also you have to make sure that there is, the area is clean. So I'm going to be doing some picking and plucking here with my cleaning butter knife and my scissors today. Just making sure that the surface is smooth and that I'm not over gluing anything. And throughout this process, I'm just going to be speaking to you about how I got here. I had a maintenance gentleman come over the other day, and I like to make the task as simple as possible. I left a sign right here and above my sink and in the restroom of where I wanted him to glue the areas back together. And it was an arrow pointing straight down. That was that piece of paper that you seen. I literally had that on the wall. And come to find out, he still missed this area. So when I came in the kitchen, I was just like, okay, he missed this area. As you can see, my cabinet is disconnecting from the wall. Right where I am with the scissors, that is where my dishwasher is located. There's different ways how your cabinet may be connected to your wall is what I learned. Some cabinets may be up with a screw or just glue. Mine is just glue. So this was a very easy task for me to do. So Maintenance Love is not going to wait for anyone. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Now, what you see me doing with that butter knife, when you're cleaning your area up, you do not want to disconnect this seriously from the wall. So I did that just to show you I'm not trying to go any deeper than the surface. So what I'm doing here is just clipping away some of the old paint so my new paint can be fresh, or glue. You also can paint. I don't plan on painting for right now. I did pick just a little bit of the paint off the wall, but it's not too bad. So I'm just going to cover that with some glue. When I ask someone to do something for me, there's like a certain requirement that I'm requiring. Like I had this gentleman to come in and, glue a couple of things, and that was the main task. And when those things were not done, I said, hey, this has to be a piece of cake. Let me look into this for myself. Went to Walmart and I Googled just the glue. I think I looked up how to glue your cabinet together or something like that, and I found that glue. And like I said, there was a lot of different brands in there, but I went based on what I was doing, like kitchen and restroom, or they had something like construction. As you can see here, I'm not cleaning up any further than what I see. Like I don't want to break the whole wall and disconnect it from the cabinet. It's just where it was messed up at. I'm going to go ahead and just clean that up. This is my cleaning butter knife. I love the butter knife because it's flat, and so it can help me clean areas like you've seen in that other video with the oven and just things against the wall. So Flawless Men or Alexus Love Beauties, if you do have any other wisdom on different tools to use for jobs like this, please leave that below in the comment section for myself and others that will be watching. I'm just cleaning up here. It was so fun. The thing with cleaning is a sense of peace. It gives you a sense of peace. And when people come into a peaceful environment, they're able to tell that something is different as well. And I love when I have guests and they just are like, oh my God, it's just so peaceful in here. And that's a good feeling. And not only for your guests, but for yourself as well. Like imagine waking up and it's just so clean and it's peaceful and you can walk around. I honestly believe that's like the spirit of the Lord. Like that is peace, just going somewhere and you're able to be comfortable. You should always be comfortable wherever you go. And so I make this comfortable. The directions said to put the glue on the wall, make sure that it's clean. So we make sure that it's clean. And then it's simple. You just glue up the area. So I made sure that there was nothing rigid. There wasn't any wall falling off. I didn't have to do my whole cabinet, but I did just want to do up against the corner as well. The thing with the gluing is the glue helps to reduce any mold, debris, or any type of outside rodents like ants or any type of bugs that may get into the home. So this is why I believe that it's even certain things that's glued within our home. These areas do have water on them a lot, and water does eat up a lot of things as well. So I believe that's why certain things are glued together, like the toilet is glued to the floor, you have this cabinet glued to the wall, just to eliminate any outside distraction. So I did take a dry towel and make sure that that area was completely dried off. Made sure that my dishwasher area was completely dried, just so I can make sure that we did not have any run-ins, and I loved it. It was smooth. We're going to be starting up here, and then we're just going to bring that glue down all the way down to that dishwasher portion. We cut our glue earlier and it was coming out fabulous. And now they said to cut it at a 45-degree angle. So that's going to be kind of, you would not cut that tip straight over. You're going to kind of angle it. And that's what I did. And that's why I was so perfect just to get up against the wall. So here I'm just starting in that corner, and this was my first time doing something like this, and I absolutely love it. Now I know that I can do this. I'll never have to worry about those spots again. Like, just if something is going to be molded out and how to get that done. Now, like I said earlier, you do want to make sure you're cleaning the area. So if, say, after a while this is here and it looks nice and then some mold probably pop up, I'm just not going to keep gluing over that. You want to go ahead and clean that mold off. The only thing I know now to use to rid mold is bleach, which bleach is pretty heavy. So if there is another service or product that you know of that could rid mold, then please let me know, because bleach is very strong and it's very, very heavy for someone that has sensitive skin like I do. But that's currently what I'm using. I'm going to leave down below the recommended video of how I kill the mold in my bathtub, because that's a whole nother game, and I cannot be comfortable in a bathtub that has like the dark spots. So if you don't know a product, then please let me know. I am going up against the wall, like they said. Like, this was one of the most peaceful jobs I've done. I always had this thought of not, being creative or not wanting to do certain things, and it doesn't make sense to not do them. Like, things are fun. Like I said, cleaning is a sense of peace. It's not something that you may have been taught, or I know people that have not been taught to clean, but it's something as an adult or a young adult that anyone can do. You can learn how to clean at the age of 3. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've taught it at the age of 3 to a family member as well. It is simple. People will have different perspectives on cleaning. Like, some people would probably just leave that cabinet like that until it fall, and things like that. But me personally, I appreciate nice things. Like God says, he always says, to whom much is given, much is required. We ask for so many things, and we don't even try and keep up the things that we have right now. How you gonna ask for a mansion and you don't even keep the 1-bedroom house clean right now? So imagine getting 30 rooms and you can't even walk around your regular bedroom right now. Some things, it don't make sense. And not to be rude or nothing, because I have to think about things myself. It don't make sense sometimes, like the stuff that we may ask for. And like I said, it goes for me as well. I might ask for something, and then what if God give you that thing and you're not mentally stable, or you don't have the capacity to keep it, and it just ruins everything. So I like to slow down now and think about things before I'm asking you for all of this stuff. Will I be able to maintain it, or will I just mess it up? Don't nobody want to live the fast life. Don't nobody want everything tomorrow. Like, it's different requirements. Like, let's slow down. So now, maintenance love is learning how to fix different things. Like, okay, I'll have that skill. It's like women back in the day, they had this thing that where women weren't supposed to be doing this or saying this and all of these things. We're not living in those same times anymore. And like I always said, I've been saying this lately because it's true. Women would be like, oh, I'll just wait till I get a man. Like, why would you wait until you get a man? Again, imagine me waiting till I got a man to fix my cabinet. And then now I'm trying to tend to him to be a proverb woman. And I don't even think about the cabinet. Now imagine me waiting till I got this man. This ain't no righteous and upright, godly man. So he come in here too, and he don't even look at the cabinet to want to fix that. It's ignorance. So instead of waiting on this man, in the meantime, you learn, right? I teach myself. So now my man, he will know, okay, she's the type of woman that indulges in learning. So I'm going to have to be a man of good character that learns. It's a certain requirement. It's like whatever you put out, you give back. If I'm not doing certain things, then I can't require that of a man. It makes a lot of sense. We always want men to do this and do that. And Alexus Love Beauties, I'm not sugarcoating nothing with nobody. I don't have a respect of a person with nobody. I've had a lot of male friends in my life and a lot of bros and homies and dudes in my life to where we've had personal conversations, and it's not fair how we have this mentality of, this is a man's job. No, I'm going to wait until I get a man for him to fix this cabinet. That's not fair. I'm going to want a strong man, a strong, intelligent, and wise man, right? So how am I going to want a strong and intelligent, wise man, and I'm not a strong and intelligent, wise woman? So now this man is going to come into my life, and then we're going to be unequally yoked because he's going to be here and then I'm going to be down here. And I think sometimes when we start asking for stuff and we still down here and we not trying to get up here, then you get something up here and then you end up back down here because you have not put the work in to be on that level. It's not fair. Our men were not just made to be money bags. Our men were not just made to be maintenance men and technicians and to just lay around and have sex with us all day. This goes way further than that. No, we were made to be the help. So me waiting on a man, it doesn't make any sense. Now, how about I got this knowledge, right? And then when that time passes, now my man, when he's gluing something, I'm going to know, hold on, baby, before you start, I have to make sure that the area is clean. It's teamwork. And this is something that I might just speak about in itself, because I see myself been talking about that lately because it makes a lot of sense. We keep on saying that I'm waiting on a man. I'm waiting on a man. Don't wait on no man. You waiting on him and you will not be equal to him. It's not fair. Let's get back into the video. You'll see it. It looks amazing there. Like I said, you can go the extra mile to paint if you would like. And I probably will, but I haven't thought about doing that just yet because honestly, it looks great. You're just going to put that glue up against the area that you're gluing. You do have to let that dry. So, and then you just clean it back up. Like I got wisdom from the young man in Walmart. He showed me and he told me, he was just like, hey, just clean it up with your finger. Like, I asked him if I needed a tool because, I'm really not trying to contaminate my sensitive skin or anything. And he was like, you can just clean it up with your finger. When I did that, I did not have any breakouts. I mean, doing this later in the future, I may find another way to do this without, contact with my skin because it is some type of chemical, right? Because it's paint or it's glue. But me doing this, it was so fun and it was really clean. You do have to go back and flatten the surface. So that's what I was doing with my finger, like cleaning the surface up, making sure everything was even. Then with my towel, I went in and just made sure it was lined up. So I kind of just, before it dries, you have to line back up the surface. So I have to line up the wall and line up anything that may be messed up. And honestly, like I said, this was so fun. I probably painted a few times in my life, but this was so much better than painting. If I missed a spot or I may have rubbed too much off, I just went back and cleaned it up, and it was so simple and I enjoyed doing it. It looks absolutely amazing. So down here, it was kind of rough right here. This is where my dishwasher is, a little bit underneath. I had to get under there. Again, it doesn't matter. Like, I think sometimes we overthink as well, or trying to be too perfect. I had struggled with that, but God says be anxious for nothing. You're human, you err, right? Things are going to happen. So I'm getting out of that mindset of, oh my God, this should have been perfect. Like, no, it's something that I did. It's something that can make me feel happy. Like, be happy about what you do and how that comes out. Like, this made me so happy to know I learned something else. It looks amazing. Now we're behind the sink, and something else I will learn how to do is change the faucet. Like, it ain't nothing to it but to do it, and being safe while doing so. But we'll talk about that another day. If y'all see me changing the faucet, baby, call me maintenance love, honey. Okay, period. I'm behind the back of this sink, and I did clean up back here. It wasn't much to clean up. It literally was just some of the glue was missing. I took my 45-degree angle cut and just went behind the back of that sink. Beautiful. That's it. And, I went through it a couple times to make sure it was thick enough and just clean it up. I want to tell you something about sinks while we're here, though. You see that faucet. These are like the worst faucets to have, right? These faucets keep up a lot of mold and mildew, and that is very toxic, right? I don't care if it's just a sink. It's still toxic. It's still dangerous. These type of faucets right here, as you can see, like, you could take the top off. These are just the worst faucets to have. That's what even made me start thinking about maintenance love. You got some work to do and that's okay. But because it seemed like it's easy to change the sink too. Like, you might just get under there, screw a couple things. You might have to turn the water valve off first and then go ahead. And I see you got the little black piece where the faucet is at. So that's probably will keep that all intact and everything like that. But it should be a simple fix. We'll have that video in the future. I literally took my finger back here and it looks so beautiful back there. Like, it looks brand new. You do not have to always buy $1,000 things for things to look brand new. You have to work with what you have right now and just make that looks beautiful. You might want to move. You might want to do this, do that, buy this, buy that, but just make what you have look nice now. Think about the person that's going to be there after you. Like, after you move, is someone going to be comfortable living there? Did you keep the place up to par, or do it look crazy? The next tenants that come in here, they're going to absolutely love it, because they're going to be like, oh my God, like, whoever was living here was such a nice person to make sure that it was clean. And I'm praying that that person will come in here and they will absolutely adore to live here as well, and that they're comfortable, because the last person kept this place up and it's peaceful. So the Spirit of God had to be in here. Let's focus more on our home. God talks about our home all the time, about the home, making sure your home is good first, making sure your family is good first. As for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. Well, how do we serve the Lord? The home has to be clean for the Lord to come in. We hear all the time about God pulling up on people in the form of humans and different angels. And what did those people do? Those good men, Noah and Abraham, they had that. They showed that compassion. They showed that hospitality. When people came over to their homes, they made them bread. When people came over to their homes, they gave them wine and they washed their feet. What are you doing when people come into your home? Is your home clean? As I stated earlier, nobody is here to make you feel bad if you don't know something. We all have a different level of clean, but it's not just about you. See, you probably, if you're not cleaning at all, you may think that that's comfortable, right? If somebody else come in there and they're uncomfortable, you have to think about your guest. Women and men of God, they think about their guest. I have to make sure that it's good in here for the next people. I have to make sure that I have water and bread and some type of something, some type of wine, peaceful environment for you to feel comfortable when you come in here. It's only right. It's only fair. Alexus Love Beauties and Flawless Man. This is the whole purpose of maintenance love. For us to begin to learn different things and do different things ourselves. We do not have to wait for anything. We've been waiting for things our whole life. And just like we say, God good. Amen. We gonna wait on God. Ain't no waiting on God. He's here already. His spirit is over this world already. The universe. You go outside, you're looking at the spirit of God. You can see God. Now, let's be clear on that. God is a being, but we can see the spirit of God. We can see the firmament. We can see different things that God made. And one day we will be able to see him as well in the spirit. But what are you doing when people come into your home? You have to make sure that it's comfortable. Alexus Love Beauties and Flawless Man, as I'm teaching you, I'm praying that you're trying these things around your home as well. Always leave in the comment section if there's something that maybe I could learn, there's something that you could teach other people, or whatever it is that you may want to comment. Leave some tips. That's why we're here. Remix the video with something that you fixed in the house. It is okay to do things yourself. A lot of our independence has been snatched, and that's not the way that life works. Oh my God, that's a man thing. That's a man job. This stuff is not set up by gender. That's where we fail at. Oh my God, the man just supposed to work. Life is not set up by gender. Life is set up by responsibility. You're set up by your whether woman or man, but the task that you do is not set up by gender. God don't have a respecter of person. You don't work, you don't eat. You don't clean, it's not comfortable. You don't pray, there is no blessing. Alexus Love Beauties and Flawless Men. The purpose of this maintenance love video is to let you know you deserve to be comfortable now. If something in your home, you invited someone into your home to complete a task and it was undone, or maybe they didn't understand that task, Walmart, Amazon, Kroger, it doesn't matter where you go. Let's do that research. Let's begin to do these things ourselves, because baby, you probably can make it look better. Do you see this? Brand new sink, honey. It looks amazing. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I'm going to show y'all these knobs. These faucets here, not so good. But do you see behind that wall? It looks amazing back there. And I feel so accomplished that I did that for myself. Guess what? Alexus Love Beauties and Flawless Man, you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. Alexus loves you. Mwah.